What is this?
Come in.
No, we got 3. He pulled 3 things.
Is Asmongold being a contrarian? Oh, you can like me Asmongold's analysis, but
Back here.
Yeah, I got the mic on the ball.
Cool.
here's another one.
I watched it, like Jay Beasley died the other day. That was rough.
That was sad. As a mage player, that was sad to watch from a few mages in a group. I'm gonna be honest.
It made me physically unwell. Yeah.
Yeah. It made me feel like I was a decent mage player, knowing that I probably would have done a lot more.
Like, there were no sheeps going out. There were no blizzards going out. Apparently, he didn't have the spec for blizzard for slows, but, like, that's exactly why I run that spec. Because, like, when shit goes sideways, you save lives, man.
Oh, 100%.
No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
And Blizzard is like,
Yeah.
absolutely goated. It's so good.
Could you feel it? The whole world
The he pulled?
shudders with hate.
I don't know if he was talking about the spellbinder, like the chain reaction, but maybe it's like his subconscious of like, I don't want to say I did anything wrong. I don't know. This is weird. It's like, is he doing?
If you leave the group mid-run, you get teleported out. Yeah, but did he need to do that? Because it looked like he was pretty safe. I might be retarded. People are saying, like, if you leave the group mid-run, you get teleported out. I haven't played WoW, but it sounds like that might be some shit you do if you're, like, really deep in a dungeon or if you're, like, in danger of dying if you try to run it out, like, normally. But it seemed like he was literally, like, he could just walk out of the fucking dungeon. So I don't know why everybody's typing that, unless there's something I don't understand about World of Warcraft.
Where he sees how long you can go without ever saying, like, what's the big deal? Guys, I accidentally pulled. Ooh. What is this? What's wrong with saying that? My bad.
Oh, you also run into this issue. Now, I don't know how good these players are at the game, but you also run into the issue of, I'll use another poker analogy. This is so mean. I don't know the pirate software guy well enough, and then I have bad vibes about him, okay? You ever go to a casino and all they have is like a 1-3 open? They don't have like any like higher stakes. You sit down at the 1-3 table. So 1-3 means $1 small blind, $3 big blinds. Generally, this is going to be your most accessible game in a poker room. Like everybody will sit and play, casuals to whatever. You know, like it's very easy. But there's like that one guy who's sitting there with his hoodie all scrunched up and he's got like his sunglasses on and he's like flipping chips. Like the most dramatic player in the world. He's got like $185 in front of him. It's like, bro, chill. Sometimes in like, I'm not going to say they're bad player groups, but like in like people who play a decent amount, but they're not like ladder heroes. They're not like good at ladder. They're not like pro raiders or whatever. You'll get a guy in that group who thinks he's way better than and way above that group. And he's just so much, I get a little bit of that vibe here that he's like, he thinks he's so much better than these people and he can just drop. So he would never, ever, 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 he would never admit a mistake in this setting because he's like so above all these people. Why would he ever, you know, he didn't fuck up. It's you and you and you and you and you, right? But I don't know, maybe, again, I'm extrapolating a bit because I don't know.
Whatever. Not a big deal.
The craziest thing is that Pirate
I haven't heard
is
this.
supposed to be this voice of the person who's played WoW a really long time, who knows everything, and when it comes down to it, he panicked like a roach and did nothing for his group. Disgusting. And then he doesn't go back on it. He acts like it's the right decision. That dude.
This is apparently a really good mage, Ampy speaking.
Holy ego. At least accept that you did the wrong thing and you killed your friends.
It's just a little kind of rough around the edges the way he worded that, but yeah. Yeah, he f***ed up. It's really, it's so, I don't know, he just didn't, I feel like this has gotten blown out of proportion. And don't get me wrong, like this whole thing is like, really? It is kind of f***ed up, but God, it has gone to crazy levels of just, this is a WoW guild. I don't know. It's definitely gotten kind of crazy, but no, Ampy's right here. Like those two people did not need to die. Pirate absolutely could have saved them if he played his class to a basic level.
Destiny. As a Destiny 2 vet with 10k hours in, where stakes for raid failures are way lower, you have to be willing to own up where you fucked up to keep the team moving forward. Nothing kills a team / attempt faster than someone being unwilling to admit to where their player was loose. Yeah, something I've actually learned from, this actually I think goes through all facets of humanity, from running a country to running a business, to being a manager, to being a streamer, to literally everything. Humans are not robots, and human morale is so unbelievably important. The most important thing that you had in EVE, when you had like fleet commanders, were people that had like good jokes, good personalities, and good games to play while you were camping a fucking gate for 4 hours, okay, waiting for like a good Sino to go up, or waiting for a good Victor bubble or whatever. Like it's so much time is spent doing nothing, and at the end of the day, nobody has to play the game with you. They can go do some other shit. So it's up to you to keep them motivated, happy, like psychologically healthy, having fun, because these are video games, right? This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do in video games to keep your people happy. And if nobody's happy, it's like, oh my god, it's so miserable. But like, you got to understand, like, a good leader and good employees or cooperators or like friends or whatever, like in a thing, like people that are with you can change. Even bad situations can become palatable or even enjoyable, right? Like you can have the worst customers ever, but having good employees there to kind of like laugh about it and to just, Jesus, like I hate this fucking guy or whatever, you know, like it's just, it makes everything so much better. And having bad employees or bad coworkers or bad companions on things like this, it amplifies it so much. It can either make it so much like more tolerable, it can be so much worse. Holy
which he claims to know how to do. I've seen clips and I've heard it. He claims he knows how to do. Clearly could not in the panic, and then refused to accept any responsibility on that. That's it. That's all this is. But yeah, it's annoying. Jokered clip.
Honestly, pirate software like
Oh my god. Okay, see this. Okay.
up, bro. This dude.
Do you think that he bought his account like Elon? Probably not, but level in World of Warcraft doesn't mean much. And honestly, even like gear, until you probably get up to like the really, really, really high levels, doesn't mean much, because anybody can put together a decent group and probably farm up to, I don't know what like the not last level of gear is. But I think once you start hitting, there's probably like certain types of gear. Is Mythic the highest? It's hardcore though. I could be wrong. Maybe I just don't know WoW well enough. My guess is going to be any level 60 hardcore is not really that impressive if you're like a decent player. Like if you're considered a decent player, it shouldn't be that hard. That's my guess. I could be wrong. But the really impressive stuff is probably when you have gear that you can only get in really good dungeons, in really high raids, that shows that you are good enough to not just be in those raids or dungeons. I don't know if you call raid dungeons, but also to be accepted in those raids or dungeons, right? Because people want to have you there, or you have a big stream and they let you tag along to gear you up too. But you know, yeah. Mythic is retail, hardcore classic is hero. Oh, there's also like different. There's also probably different skill sets when it comes to leveling up a character. You're just like leveling up a character. I don't know how much like team stuff you need to do to max your level out. Whereas like doing dungeons and then doing raids probably demands a different type of skill of like being able to play in a team and being able to have a role that's effective and all that too. You know.
This dude is a complete fraud. At least in the WoW space, I don't care if he worked for Blizzard. The guy probably made coffee for some devs. I don't even believe for a second he coded anything in this game. I don't.
Hold on. Also, there's a real quick thing. I don't know if I even have to say this. I don't know what Joker is referring to. Working at a game company has literally nothing to do with being good at a game ever. I don't know why. I understand maybe like if you're a child, if you're a 9-year-old, you might think that that makes you good. But that's like saying a guy that designs engines is a good race car driver, or a guy that an engineer for a jet engine can like fly a fighter jet. Or, like there's no reason to think that. And people are making fun of Pirate. We'll get to this part of the drama because he says he works. That he works. So like I see people in chat saying this. Destiny, he wasn't even a dev, he was QA. Honestly, a QA guy probably can play the game better than a dev. Like, there's no reason to expect that a game developer can play the game well. It's not their job, it's not what they have to do. It's not like, there's no reason to think that any part of the development pipeline necessitates you being, unless your job is literally, some guy's about to be like, what about this employee? And his job is like pro game employee or whatever, like, and his job is just to be a professional. Like, but generally, like, there's no reason to think that somebody that works on a game or works in a game company has anything to do with being good at the game at all.
And like, dude, like nothing at all. All right, bro, guy probably was interning there for a week. I'm not gonna believe a.
Were people under the impression that he's like some WoW like crazy good player? I was not under this impression. Were others under this impression? That's how he marketed himself. Customers, I don't know. He said so himself. I mean, I would have just disagreed. If I just looked at his screen and saw rank 1 Blizzard isn't keybound. Be like, really? I don't think polymorph is. Maybe they're like hidden. I don't know.
Destiny, you don't understand that classic WoW is 90% knowledge and 10% mechanics. Him being a dev / QA, whatever, should actually give him a leg up. Being a dev or QA, I seriously doubt that like quality assurance or testers at Blizzard are doing like mythic or heroic raids with like the best players in the world. That sounds like the most retarded thing I've ever read in my life. And again, I've never played. I did level a WoW character to level 7, okay, but that just sounds like the most wrong thing I've ever read ever. So
walks. Yeah.
He said he was a mythic raider. Sure, okay, you can mythic raid and like click a lot of. Like, who cares? Especially if you're tanking. Either way. I guess, yeah, maybe like the YouTube Shorts audience is gonna like wake up. I don't know, but I was never under that impression. Who cares?
To be honest with you, that group had already almost full wiped us the entire dungeon before. That was our second dire mall with the same group. The first one, we all of us had to leave drop groups that we could teleport in. The second one was this. No reason for me to do shit. Evocate was on cooldown, 2.5 minutes left. So no, I didn't trust the group to survive.
like, even if that is the case, couldn't you at least like stand there and watch them die? Like, or is it really the case that if your tank dies, that the enemy mobs can close the gap on you in like 2 seconds? Like, or would you be at risk for dying afterwards if they, like, you couldn't just like stay back there and at least like salute them? I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people are saying that he could have restored his mana and that what he's saying is not true, so who knows?
And no, I wasn't going to go back on the call of him saying run, it's time to run. So no.
Why do some people get full negation like this? I mean, it depends, bro. There could be a million things ego-wise playing into this. Who knows? He could be bad. He could genuinely think there's something he could have done better. He could think that he's like a big fish in a small pond. He's better than this group. He could think that maybe he did make mistakes, but they made more mistakes first, so his isn't even worth talking about. He could just be emotional right now. He could be getting like blowback in his chat. And maybe he's wanting to fight against people in his chat that are coming in. It might be that the people that died, maybe the people that died are like small streamers and now their streams are fucked. And if he admits any fault, he feels like that's like partially on him for like fucking, who knows? I have no idea.
No. It's a lot of confidence in being wrong. Okay, next, he's just wrong. He's labeled as a sweat in the guild. Was he? Yeah, that's a mislabel then. Again, I've been wanting to go through and relabel people just based on how I've seen them play in general. I gotta look at all of our 60s and see.
Can you summarize the drama in 1 or 2 sentences for us normies? Summarizing the drama in 1 or 2 sentences for normies. Basically, if you logged onto the internet today, you have stepped into a room where there are bloody bodies all over the floor, gunshot holes on the wall, blood dripping off the ceiling, and you're trying to ask like what the happened, and somebody tells you these guys got into an argument over whether or not a person who likes ketchup should also like tomatoes, and neither one wanted to budge, and now here we are. Basically, it sounds like they did a raid. I think Pirate made some mistakes, but he didn't want to own up to it, and somehow his whole career is exploding right now, but we'll see where he lands.
Who's a sweat and a non-sweat for prepping for raid? I have no clue. I haven't done this because I've wanted to see if Tyler would ever do it. He never did. Did a hell of a lot more than I thought. Tyler did a phenomenal job with what he had and his knowledge and all of it being kind of dumped on him. But he did not do that. So I want to do that. What important clip.
Yeah, a lot of things I think the mages forget, man, is you are a control unit. You're there to control the battlefield, and you need to be using your wards and your ice barrier.
Yes, I mean,
No. What actually happened in game, though, is it actually Pirate's fault. I can't speak to whose fault it was, but it sounds like there are things that, like team games and employment environments and big rating games are not always about who's at fault. It's like what Soda said. It's about what you could have done better. That's always the thing. Well, it could go either way in big WoW raids or dungeons in retail or classic. I don't know the answer. It could be that you do have to actually play flawlessly to do these things effectively. But if you don't have to play flawlessly, then it's probably the case that there's always going to be mistakes that are made where somebody aggroes something they weren't supposed to, somebody drops aggro, somebody misses a CC, but other people are expected to be good enough to, and your shot caller is expected to be cognizant enough to cover for those people. And so if somebody makes a mistake, other people pick up the slack and it's fine. And you do that and you get through your challenges together. But it can't be the case that if somebody messes up, then there's a breakdown and everybody flees and that just can't be the case. So
Join 32 Red. I'm getting welcome bonus up to £150. They're incredible.
it might have been that somebody else made a mistake first, but there were definitely things that he could have done to mitigate the fallout, and he didn't do those things, and he denies he could have done anything. I think that's the issue. Yeah.
You need to make sure if anything goes wrong, they can just lock down everything.
Yep. Yep. I mean, they need to have rank 1 Blizzard on their bar. They need to be using their Frost Ward and their Fire Ward. And they need to be using their Ice Barrier on cooldown, basically, because Ice Barrier has a 30-second cooldown, but lasts a minute.
I would also... Now, again, I don't know why I hedge so much, but I'm hedging. I've never played WoW Classic that much. I leveled a character to 7 and I got bored and quit. Okay? I would be so careful about saying what characters should do or what classes should do. My guess is going to be WoW Classic hasn't changed, so all of this is probably crazy solved. Like, everybody should probably know exactly what people should be doing. So I don't know why you would ever... Like, I doubt that there's any, like, new meta being invented or thing, or they're like everything's probably like been solved for maybe over a decade. There's no insight to be gained here. You just have to play your thing well, be looking at the situation, keep a cool head, and yeah.
Minute. So you should be rolling that in.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So Pirate is more of a knowledge basin, not much of a gameplay basin, I guess. I don't know. Like,
it's not even knowledge or gameplay, because if he got his character up there, he's done these rigors. It seemed just more like a maybe. I wonder if he's ever played hardcore before. I wonder if this is his first hardcore character ever, because if that's the case, he might just be really risk averse. Like, there might be a world where if Pirate was raiding with these guys and they're just playing like normal or soft core, where he actually would have stayed and done everything correctly, because he's like, oh cool. I'm using a lot of poker analogies today. You cannot play above your bankroll, not because it's your responsibility and because you might lose your money and your wife might leave. Who cares about your wife and kids? Okay, and who cares about going bankrupt? And who cares about people breaking their knees to get money? That the reason why you don't play beyond your bankroll is because it affects your decision making. You don't ever want to be in a situation where you're at a poker table and you're thinking about how much money you're going to have when you go home that night. Because if that's weighing on your mind, that has nothing to do with the cards in front of you, and it has nothing to do with the decisions that you should be making. So if he's being adversely impacted by the fact, it could be that it's hardcore. Now, I don't know, maybe he has played a ton of hardcore, and what I just was fucking retarded, but it might be, if this is his first hardcore situation, then he might be like really risk averse, because he's really scared of losing his character, especially if he's never lost one before, or if this is his first time, or if he doesn't want to re-level or whatever, so.
Sucked. He choked, he threw, and then he
yeah, obviously he's never played hardcore before, but he doesn't even use his keybinds. It's like having an SE2 developer talk about Masters of Dama, but they don't even use the proper keybinds to macro or micro. What do you mean when you say he doesn't use keybinds? You don't mean to say that he's like left-clicking all of his spells, right? That's impossible that you mean that, right? No, you guys are trolling me. Wait, really? He is a clicker. Okay, well, in that case, I'm vindicated earlier when I said you don't have to be that good to just get level 60, I guess.
confidently told everyone he didn't throw when he did.
Oh, he's clicking some of them Destiny. Chat is retarded. He's clicking the down-ranked low mana version of Blizzard, not the main skills. Oh, maybe there's something you just wouldn't have on hotkey then?
That's the end of it. He's wrong. I saw Asmongold talk about it. I saw some clip earlier. What was Asmon? Why is Asmon involved in this?
Because we had already done a poll like that.
Oh my gosh, so going. What are
Done a poll like this, and
There's a lot. Jesus, there's a lot of
Saying you should
digits here.
still bind them?
that's why I'm on the fringes casting rank 1 Blizzard at the very end. And I higher rank Blizzard before that to try and do damage to the dogs, but I had to cancel it almost immediately. Got like 1 tick off. Because
Didn't have to.
When he's saying he did higher rank damage to do, or higher rank Blizzard to do damage, is Blizzard supposed to be just a CC spell and he's inappropriately casting to a higher level because he wants to DPS, or are you expected to DPS with Blizzard? I don't know what the f these things do. Both damage and CC? Oh, okay.
Boss is immune to CC. And it's like, dude, I'm not going to die to it. I just can't at that point.
Ooh. That might have been like a little bit of a psychological reveal there, right? What he just said, dude, I'm not going to die to that. I wonder if that hardcore thing is really like weighing on him. Maybe.
Boss is immune to CC. And it's like, dude, I'm not going to die to it. I just can't at that point. It's too high risk.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think if you...
Okay, yeah. No, I can understand that dissection of it to the...
Like, you can say, I'm just going to preempt Soda so that I look really smart if he says the same thing I'm about to say. It's okay to say, like, I was really afraid of dying and I might have panicked, but that doesn't mean that you should say next, there's absolutely nothing I could have done differently. I could have done something differently, right? No, you say, like, okay, maybe I could have, in hindsight, maybe I could have stayed and helped a little bit, but I was just really worried about dying. I think I panicked and I ran early. I shouldn't have bailed that early.
The lens of a bad player. I could totally get that. You had no idea what kind of threat on the boss was having. You didn't know the boss wasn't going to hurt you. You were in zero danger, but panicking because you couldn't assess the situation very well. Like, again, I see that from the lens of someone who didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
He has 0 add-ons. I mean, he should know that the tanks are literally beating the f out of the boss and probably has multiple sunders. You're not pulling threat off that boss with the Blizzard. You're not. It's not happening. You're good. Finish the clip of T1. Oh.
Afterwards, I think people are just like pissed off because everybody...
Okay, finished it. Next.
It seems like he is lying. He almost certainly knows that he could have done the bare minimum. Even a bad player knows he could throw out a cone of cold, a blizzard, use a mana gem to get mana back. Well, yeah, but like if he's running because he's scared, he's not going to admit that because now you sound like a pussy. So he's going to make excuses for why he had to run, of course, right? Like if somebody wanted to race for pinks and and they have the same car as me, I'm not going to say like, I'm really scared of losing my car, bro. I'm going to be like, well, I got a check engine light, I think my tires are flat, and I don't have the right brakes on, and I think I've got leaves in my air intake, and I don't have the right whatever. Like, you're gonna make excuses. Obviously, you don't want to be a pussy, right? Pirate's got a history of being stubborn. He tried to shut down a campaign to create laws to preserve games when delisted, and shut down any conversation to try to bring better ideas to the table. Okay.
A lot of tanks, man.
Yeah.
Like, I watched
God, so many
JBC
clips.
died the other day. That was rough.
That was sad. As a mage player, that was sad to watch from 2 mages in a group. I'm gonna be honest.
It made me...
He also runs a UI macro to always show him at 1 HP. Wait, what? He actually has no idea what HP he's actually at, and if he is at risk of dying and needs HP. Wait, really?
physically unwell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only to his
Made
stream?
me feel like I was a decent mage player, knowing that I probably would have done a lot more.
Like, there were no sheeps going out. There were no... No blizzards going out. Apparently he didn't have the spec for blizzard for slows, but like that's exactly why I run that spec. Because like when it goes sideways, you save lives, man.
Oh, it blizzard was like...
Okay, okay. At this point, it is comical. It is. I can't say it's.
If you didn't see the 74 trillion people spamming it in chat, and I know every new person keeps typing it, and he is roasting Moon Moon in this when Moon Moon was watching it. That's why I play the music, because you didn't see maybe the 55th millionth person to type it in chat will be the one that gets through you.
Comical. Y'all have dug up some gemstones. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it takes away from the game, and I think it takes away from the experience, and it leads people to be like, oh, he could just Petri out. This isn't that scary. And to be real with you, some of the best moments that I've had inside of dungeons are because, oh, we're all going to die if we don't execute this perfectly. And we hardened up at that moment, we kicked some ass, and we got to live.
That has nothing to do with anything going on, but Destiny, wait, so is this some other game mode where your entire character is deleted if you die? Yes.
You know, I've made it all the way to 60 now without playing because of that, because we didn't give up in that.
Oh man, yeah, that's rough. Again, it just really comes down to Pirate just has to say, hey, listen, looking back.
I mean, if you're streamers and you got a lot of people to draw from, I think you would just never raid with a person like this. You just wouldn't. Like this, fuck that. It's too much. It destroys. I mean, that guy in chat said it earlier. Like, it ruins your team morale. Like, it's just, God, you would just never want to be with somebody this ego-driven. It destroys things for everyone. I remember, I don't know why this happened. I've talked to people in League of Legends who their duo queue would rage quit games. I'm like, why are you queuing with this guy? And I'd be like, I don't know, man, we're friends, we queue. Like, this guy, you saying he's rage quits your ladder games? Your rank? He's like, yeah, he rage quit. When you were playing with him in your rank game, he rage quit.
My bad. I don't know what to. If he can't do, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. If he can't look back at this and be like, yeah, I could have absolutely done a lot. It's not crazy. It's basic. It's basic. That's it. And he didn't. It's not like he went out of his way and killed these people. He didn't pull out a gun and shoot them. But he definitely had the ability to stop it and did not.
I think the drama blew up because prior to this, a lot of people thought Thor was a cool guy, myself included. I mean, like, he's probably cool. Man, I wish I could quantify why I say I don't like this guy. I said it before, but it was half meme. There's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I want to say, like, a person who thinks, there's like a phrase, and it's so dumb. I don't even know if it applies to him. But the thing that comes to my mind is like a person who thinks their shit doesn't stink. I don't know what to. I don't know. Just he seems like a guy who's like. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. I don't know why. I just get that impression from him. And yeah, he talks about a lot of things like super confidently, but maybe it's because I don't know.
And said he didn't have the ability to stop it.
Oh, he's white. True.
Confidently, over and over, while everyone's disagreeing with you. Okay, I'm just looping at this point. I'm kind of bored of this, but.
What do you want, man?
Let me say it again.
You already said it's
Pirate.
Go on.
Yeah, I want to speak to him because I didn't speak to him correctly. I said it again. We all did mistakes, bro. Like, I didn't say we are just blaming you. It's about the zero accountability is what makes us so mad.
There's no zero accountability, dude. Everyone can do something better. When you open up and you yell over another person like we're doing,
speak.
Nah, I'm good. See ya. Peace. I'm not doing that again with him. Nah, he did it the first time. I'm not doing it a second one. Not interested.
Cake says he got mad about him talking about InfoSec. What did he say? Some people think he modified his audio settings to make his voice sound deeper. Is that a thing or just a meme? I don't actually know. Who knows? Now I'm not even sure if my voice got deeper. I don't know if it's just like a different microphone or who knows? I don't know. I'm not sure. Because my voice sounds a lot different in earlier videos. Like if you go watch early streams of me, Destiny debating John Tom.
What does it mean to vote against your own interests? What are white interests that get voted against?
I don't know what reality you're living in, man. I mean, when the news is telling you that a vote for Donald Trump is a racist vote, okay, and Donald Trump, all that he's saying is perhaps, maybe we should keep America the way it was.
So well, first, that's because that's an incredibly...
Keep America the way it was? Wait, what does that mean? John?
A stupid statement to make. Most of what...
Like, I think this is just I think it's my microphone. I'm using a condenser microphone, and I'm not speaking right into it.
Okay,
Donald Trump.
Maybe. Oh, however, He definitely has an EQ on his voice, though. Like Pirate Software's voice is definitely EQ'd. He definitely has a thing, this would never be able to turn it back to where it was before. There you go. Oh, I don't know what, can we do this? Nope. I shouldn't have fucked with it. Wait, I can do this. Can we make it, can I increase the, there we go. Yeah, there's some kind of, let's move this up a little bit. There we go. There's definitely like some kind of, this is way too high. Okay, here we go. Something like this. Here we go. He's definitely got some shit like this going on. Absolutely some kind of bullshit. Yeah, okay, there we go. He definitely has something. But like, it could just also be like a standard, like a decent EQ. And maybe his last one before was really bad. I don't know.
News source, and I'm here, guess where? With the games, of course. I'm here with Thor, founder of Pirate Software. How's your show been so far?
It's actually been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games, so it's been awesome.
So speaking of games, what do you have for us today?
So we have Champions of Breakfast, which is a twin-stick shooter that we made in 24 days from concept to release on Steam. Blew up. It was really, really awesome. And that game is pretty difficult, so if you're into really hard arcade games, that's the kind of thing for you. And the other one is Heartbound, which is a more story-driven RPG. And we've been working on that for about 6 months. We put it up on Steam Greenlight. It got rank 1, so it was massive success. And then we put it up on Kickstarter, and it got funded in 24 hours, and then ended up with 400% funding. So people really, really like the game. And we have an hour-long demo here and on our website, so people can download it at any time.
And what is your website?
I'm too lazy to go hook my other microphone up. But like, this doesn't tell us anything, right? Like, do you think this is an SM58? I just assume anytime I see a microphone, so it's an SM58. Like, we have this microphone at a far distance from the face, where it's probably running pretty hot. No, it's not an SM58. Whatever it is, it's a microphone. It's much further from the face.
Like, it's a breakfast.
This is gonna sound way different, right? Like, my voice, if I was, even this isn't even gonna be totally accurate because I'm still using this mic. But like, this is gonna sound way different in terms of audio quality. No, audio quality is too big. The frequency response, meaning the part of the frequency curve that is louder or quieter, is going to be way different depending upon the range I am, the distance I am.
You can just look after your hair, add minoxidil into your self-care anyway.
So if someone was coming to me now for hair advice about thinning out, losing your hair, I would definitely say look into
from the microphone when I'm speaking, and the type of microphone it is, and the type of microphone, the EQ that's on the mic and everything on this audio chain because it's being used to talk like this. So, like, saying that, well, look, you can tell what his real voice is because when he's speaking here, this is a totally different audio set. It doesn't mean anything, right? Why do you sound like you do now with a different mic in this debate?
We have a White Lives Matter organization. It's called the United States of America. Nobody in the United States stay.
Oh, based. Did you get new headphones? Yeah, my cord on the last ones were no good. I mean, I'm also speaking very close to the microphone here.
We have a White Lives...
Because I know how to speak into microphones, but... Wait. This isn't the... Jeremy... No, it's not. It's not.
Believe those Mobians. Traitor scum.
Oh dear.
It's another crazy dude. I was gonna ask if that was is it Jeremy Boring? Is that the Daily Wire guy? There's a different guy. Oh, it's Andrew Clavin. Why do I... He must be like in meetings with them or on podcasts with them or something, right? I feel like I see him. He hosts the Andrew Clavin Show podcast on the conservative side of the Daily Wire. Oh, okay, okay. All right. Okay, anyway, sorry.
So it's very cringe. It's very, very cringe. I mean, I don't think it's a G kick. I think it's definitely...
Do you think that he could have trained his voice as well? Here, his voice sounds way deeper from the Streamer Awards. Yeah, I mean, you can also speak differently, right? Like when I tend to get more upset, when I'm like, I can't even understand. I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about. How could you even think? Why would you even go? Like the frequency, right? Which is the note. The frequency, my voice is getting higher. But if I am a little bit more chill and I'm kind of like speaking down here, I'm kind of calm, kind of collected, like I could theoretically do an entire voice like this. If I trained, meaning I practiced getting upset but keeping my voice down here, right? Rather than, I can't believe that Donald Trump today is saying all these, I could be like, I can't believe that Donald Trump today is doing all these fucking crazy things in the United States. It's actually fucking insane. But I would have to like practice this, like, which you can do. And some people, apparently Vosh said he practices his voice. Like, you can do this, but.
Like, I would consider Pirate not a mage.
Wait. Oof. What is this?
I am super glad to be back with the one and only Pirate Software.
Nice to meet you finally. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice to meet you too, Pirate. Thank you for all the kind words and everything.
Yeah, it could just be that he's just gotten used to speaking lower, right?
So you are nominated for software and development categories.
There's explanation for the voice change.
Went back to the doctor. Doctor's like, hey, sometimes in your early 30s, your voice can change as a man, and it's effectively second puberty. This is what I used to sound like. That's what I used to look like to this 5 years ago. Wait for this. This is awful.
My hot dogs are freshly picked. I'm gonna have to peel it. I'm gonna have to peel my hot dog.
Yeah, that was it, dude.
Every good hot dog needs to be peeled.
That's what I used to sound.
I don't know. Like, I can't tell how different his voice is here, right? Like, I think his microphone settings and everything are probably quite a bit different. That'd be my guess.
Like, it's like, hey, sometimes it can change.
But it also sounds like he's literally, like, almost doing a meme voice here. Like,
that's what I used to look like to this 5 years ago. Wait for this. This is awful.
My hot dogs are freshly picked. I'm gonna have to peel it. I'm gonna have to peel my hot dog.
Yeah, that was it, dude.
I think the really interesting thing to see, but obviously we can't do this with his past self, is like, how much room do you have to move, like, with your talking voice? So, like, if I'm here, oh god, I can't sing. I wonder if you could like average a voice out. Like if you played a bunch of a voice, like what's the average frequency? What's the average frequency? Oh, middle C. So I'm like here. Like if I wanted to. I can go up a bit. No. Oh my god, I was wrong. Wait, was I here before or the other one? If I go down like almost like a fourth, like if this is my normal talking voice, like I can go down like 4 notes, I guess, 4 whole steps if I'm like singing. I wonder if he's speaking like at the bottom of his register, right? So like theoretically I could talk down here. Like if I practiced like kind of keeping this as the frequency center for my voice, I have a little bit of room to go up, and I can go up if I want to, but I don't have as much room to go down. Right? So it could be that he's speaking more on the bottom part of his natural range as well. Maybe, but who knows? Is it speaking more with your chest or diaphragm and less nasally? Nasally is going to refer to something different than your pitch, because like this would be more nasally, I think. So this is like a fuller voice, and this is getting more nasally, but this is me. Like it's the same frequency though, even though it's more nasally versus like this is my chest voice. I don't know. Ziana would be a good person to talk about this because she knows everything about voice training as well. But
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Software and game development's finally a category on Twitch, and now it's up here at the Streamer Awards. So yeah.
Yeah.
But he also sounds pretty natural when he's speaking too. He doesn't sound like he's at like the extreme of his range. Because if somebody's speaking at the extreme of their range, you'll also be able to, because their voice will drop out if they try to go too low. They won't be able to do it. So who knows?
Like I was doing UBRS the other day, and we had 9 people, and we needed a mage because mages save lives. Like when shit hits the fan, you need a mage. The rank 1 Blizzard's crazy. I would not consider Pirate a mage. It's a glorified Shadow Priest with only a selfish power word shield, or a self power word shield. That's essentially how I see that. I don't know what to say. Oof. But like, I don't know what y'all want me to say. Yeah, he roached out. I agree. Absolutely panicked and did not perform at all. Did not perform under pressure. Zach Asman's take.
Oh no.
Nothing Pirate Software could have possibly done would have changed the outcome of this fight.
Oof. Even if that's true, when he says change the outcome of the fight, does he mean change whether or not they would have won or lost it? This, I don't like, careful. Now, as much as I can make fun of Asmongold for being a mount farmer, he still has infinitely more WoW experience, okay, than I do. That being said, binary is the totally incorrect way to approach any team cooperative environment. It's never win or lose. Loss mitigation is incredibly important, okay? There are very few things in life that are win or lose, binary yes or no. Being able to take a horrible situation and make it into a bad situation is a really good skill to have. That is a phenomenal skill to have. So,
not a single thing.
Is he rage baiting?
Asman literally said he was going to rage bait farm before this segment.
He's rage baiting, right? Yeah, okay. I don't think Asman...
Children squabbling in the dust.
Not a single thing about this in even the slightest amount of way.
Oh, is Yamato in his chat arguing with him? Okay, so this is just like a self-insert. Asman just wants to... No, Asman has no clue what's going on here.
Asman trolling, but he knows is wrong. No, it has nothing to do with who did it. It has to do with who said what and did what.
You rage baited Yamato really hard. The problem is, unfortunately, I love you guys, but I don't trust you guys because you guys are autistic as fuck. So I would have to see him saying he's rage baiting, because it could either be like, all right, I'm going to rage bait with this clip. Here we go. Okay. He did nothing wrong. Or it could be like, my take on this is going to be really unpopular, okay? This is going to be a rage bait, because I don't think he did anything wrong. I think he was actually, I don't think he did a single thing wrong, right? You fucking retards will report this in chat however you want, because you are all, like, clinically, terminally autistic. So I would have to see him saying he's rage baiting to know what he's actually doing.
The person doesn't matter. It's not relevant who the person is.
What? Let me go back. What is he saying?
Having somebody who just spammed a CC at a boss that's immune to CC.
The boss isn't what killed him. The boss doesn't matter. The boss is fine. You kill bosses, no problem. Like, you're supposed to kill them. It's the fact that there's a lot of trash. Truth be told, they didn't even need to run. It's just CC all the trash. Yeah, this is rage bait. Okay, no, he's controlling. I don't care. And if he isn't, that's even more pathetic. He's calling Yamato a noob for trying to stun the boss. Well, yeah, Yamato would probably agree. Like, yeah, I didn't know I couldn't stun the boss. My bad. Sure. Probably, yeah, you're right. Cool. Anyways, Pirate could have CC'd all those mobs. Like, that's it.
TLDR, it's not fair to dogpile on Pirate and only blame him for roaching the fuck out. Everybody made big mistakes. The tank made a mistake with the pathing and keeping the pack there instead of pulling it back. The rogue made mistakes with distract. The mage made a mistake of roaching the fuck out. The druid made a mistake of ass pulling. And the only one who played perfect was the priest. He was the Giga Chat of the group. He died. Snoopy played really well, actually, after he ass pulled to try to save everybody. He saved Ozzy. And what else? Yeah, if Pirate thinks he did nothing wrong and he played 100% right, I completely disagree with that. He should have stayed with the group, helped them get out. He did roach super hard, so if his attitude is like, yeah, I did nothing wrong with you guys, I don't agree with that, but I don't also agree with it's only his fault. All right? There it is.
No, that's absolutely true. I agree with that. It's a summary. But yeah, if he's I did nothing wrong. What type of like I can never fuck up once challenge type of thing? I don't know. That's the correct check. I agree.
You think you played perfectly? No. When have I ever said I felt like I played perfectly? You got the dummy use? Let me play.
Oof. Okay. I mean, he definitely made it seem like he thought he played perfectly, so that's kind of contradicting.
What is this?
He probably the longest I've ever heard him talk. I think he's rage baiting.
As Montreal knows is wrong.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna lie.
So Pirate can do no wrong. It's not about.
You can link me. I would have to see it. I would have to watch it.
No, it's as simple as, guys, I'm sorry, I could have blizzarded, I could have done things, and I think it might. Maybe he says it wouldn't have helped. Okay, he's wrong. Again, it's just a matter of accountability. That's all this is. At the end of the day, he abandoned his team. You guys are still linking clips on this. Grubby as well here. Oh, great.
Pirate, can you kite them with a blizzard? Stay a distance and kite them with a blizzard. Can you help slow them off, Pirate? This would be asking to help. This is not asking to help. Why are you running? Bro! To
be fair,
I do get that he might feel that, but you shouldn't say that during, because it's going to distract Snoopy and Sarah as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's devil's advocate to be played here, but there is devil's advocate to be played. But it was still a complete roach out. Even with Yamato, why are you running? That meme or whatever, but
that's true. The communication probably can be better there as well if they're literally just saying, why are you running? That's probably true too. Now, I'll be a tad more sympathetic. And again, I don't play the particular game, so I could be wrong, but my guess is going to be those other people are probably way more at risk of dying than the mages. So looking back and seeing the mage running is probably like really aggravating, and it's probably more stressful when you're in a potentially lethal situation and you're like, bro, where are you going? And it's like, well, actually, you should say, hey, excuse me, could you please stay here and cast some spells to CC people so that I don't lose my 200 hours of progress? And as a small streamer, I'm going to basically become irrelevant for the next 2 weeks, and my income is going to be like 90% decreased because I can't raid with anybody because you're about to roach for absolutely no fucking reason, even though you're like a huge streamer, you're totally fine, and I'm like completely trapped here alone as you run away with a man of restoration. Like there could be better ways to communicate it, but these people are probably in a little bit more of a stressful situation.
Virgin Games.
My guess, right? My guess, but
I don't know. Mother was gone. I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad. Just don't care.
Yeah, here's the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. You want to know one of the reasons why I'm more hesitant to dive in and maybe die for a scenario like that, where I already know that it's very lost? I'm one of the primary guild enchanters.
Whatever.
I have Crusader on this character. I have all of the saved up for the guild. That's the point.
Oh, wait, is he doing more loss aversion? Is that what he's... I don't know what the fuck he's talking about right now, but it sounds like his other reason why he doesn't want to lose his character.
I'm one of the primary guild enchanters.
Whatever.
I have Crusader on this character. I have all of the saved up for the guild.
Destiny, dude, Yamato screamed run literally 5 times. Man, all this clip chimp stuff has fucked the reality. So, I'm just going to decide against you. I don't know how, and I could be totally wrong, but like, literally, it sounds to me like in this game, like he could literally be saying, we get the fuck out! We have to get the fuck out! Even that wouldn't mean, hey, CC, turn and leave us. Good luck. Even a statement that, unless somebody's literally saying, like, we're gonna like wipe, like everybody, like get all for yourselves. Good luck, but we're gonna wipe. Even somebody screaming like, we need to run right now. Everybody run. Everybody, we need to run. Everybody, it is time to run. That doesn't mean drop all your tank go, whatever, fucking CC go, whatever. There still is like a controlled withdrawal, especially in a hardcore environment. Now, maybe like in softcore, I don't think dying means anything, right? Don't you just sort of like spend gold to repair your shit, maybe? I don't know. But like, even when you're screaming run, 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 that doesn't mean every man for himself. That just sounds retarded. Like, it's hardcore. There's so much at stake here. Unless it's literally like we're looking at a full fucking wipe. But, you know.
That's the point. If I'm going back in, I'm going back in because I know it's salvageable.
It's not
because there's maybe a chance, or I'm kill number 3. There is no reason for that shit.
He is one of the guild's primary enchanters. However, we have like 10 primary guild enchanters, and one could argue that we have too many still. Nathan, Cobalt, Faye, Jim.
How many do you need for big raids or whatever?
There's more. I named 4, but I know there's more. Chat's gonna have to help me. There's a ton of Fizz. Oh yeah, Fizz can do it. Hydra can do it. I know there's more too. There's like probably 10 really big, 300 enchanting, and all of them have Crusader. The only way I would like accept that as like a holy, my life is worth a lot, is if you had something like the Lionheart pattern, right? If Noth was playing his mage and was 60, Lionheart Helm pattern, yes, your life is very important. Or
is this like a really rare drop, like a best in slot drop for these people or something, or
if we've been running MC and we've gotten like the actual rare patterns that are actually good and actually rare, like
okay,
who does it drop off of? Someone drops the 30 spell power pattern. I don't remember who. Oh, here we go. All bosses. So all bosses can drop healing power and spell power. Like these are extremely important. Sharpening stones as well for blacksmiths, also massively important. So those are the only things that are actually rare where I give a about your profession. I don't care otherwise. I don't. It means nothing. Submit clip. I don't need to see everyone's opinion.
Not because there's maybe a chance.
No, my 10 regular clip I just watch is ridiculous.
There's no reason for that shit. None.
None was. How can you say there's no? Bro, you can't say that, man. No reason for that. How about a couple 60s? That's a reason. What?
Oh no, Summit's on.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not worth it to risk that.
Bro, then it's not. You understand?
Can you explain the enchanter part? When you're doing huge raids, I think in World of Warcraft, like at the end of big raids, that's when like the best gear drops, or like maybe special crafting recipes, which is the same thing as gear. And if you manage to get like one of these like really rare drops, that's like a character that you want to hold on to, because you can't just like buy and sell or trade things, I think, in hardcore. Can you not do that, I guess? Or maybe just they're so rare on the server that if somebody has those things, like you really want that stuff. So like there might be a world where another poker analogy, Jesus, like mathematically there are times in poker where folding pocket aces is a mathematically positive play because of where you're at in a tournament, where you might be right on the bubble or the edge of like who people who are getting knocked out right as you get into the money, where folding aces pre-flop is worth it mathematically. And it might be the case that in a raid there might be times where it's like, okay, fuck, I probably could have stayed and helped a little, but like I have such rare shit on my character that if I die, like our whole guild is going to be super ass pained. Like we either raided like really high level raids to get this gear. Like if I lose this, it's going to hurt the entire guild, and maybe you play even more cautiously. Maybe.
The other end of that, right? That means it's not worth anybody to group with you, knowing that that's your thought process. That they are literally risking by grouping with you. That's what you're saying. Oh.
Yeah, this is what I would feel. Yeah, like I would want to know, like, oh, well, if you've got that shit and you're just gonna like, you're gonna flee every single time, then I'm out. Like I'm never raiding with you. Like this is a problem that would solve itself. You would just never play with this person.
That's not good.
Yeah, no, it's just okay. Stop leaving me clips. I don't care anymore because it's not going to change my opinion. It's just the weirdest hill I've ever seen someone die on. It really is weirdest hill, and everyone's telling you this hill is stupid and you're wrong, and you're just saying, no, I really like this hill. This is my hill, and no, you're not.